Trainer, you think it's time for your first rodeo? Well, you might be right. Let's go through how to sign up and attend a League Cup. Pokemon League Cups and challenges really are the next step up in your competitive journey, but also just can be utilized for fun. There's no reason that you have to take a big, strong meta deck. You can take whatever you fancy. You don't need to think that it's the be all and end all if you don't take something which is super strong and amazing. You never know what you can achieve. I was at a League Cup just this weekend where Golden Go won against Control in the finals, which you're going to see a little bit of in a moment. First things first, load up the Pokemon website, you silly Billy. Oh look, we made it. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and click play Pokemon events. Lovely. Great. I want to go to find an event. Perfect. City or postal code. I live in Nottingham, UK. Let's see what's nearby. Ooh. Ah, amazing! Cups and challenges in my local area. You can even filter to the trading card game, which is perfect. And I can also check league or tournament. Tournament is, you know, your cups, your challenges, your local tournaments each week. League is just casual play settings. I want a tournament, baby. We want tourneys. Okay, let's have a look. So, I've got some in August. Oh, a League Cup at my local store. Fantastic. Let's click there. Amazing. So I've got all of the details and yeah, that looks perfect. That's exactly what I want to go to. Some stores, such as mine, might require you to buy a ticket in advance. This is usually because of limitations in space. So we're on the website, we're going to find the cup. There it is. And I can purchase a ticket. Again, I would check the store that is hosting the events, website or social media pages to find out whether you need to buy a ticket, whether you need to contact them in any way, or whether you just turn up on the day. Sometimes the store will also require you to provide your player ID in advance. You can check my writing out your deck list video for this information on where you're going to find that. So you can either write your deck list in advance at home, which I personally recommend doing because you get to double check it on the day before you go. Now you can write your deck list on anything you want. You can use the link below in the description to the official Pokemon website where you can find the deck list, but realistically you can write it on anything you like. Just please don't make the judges hate you too much. I wouldn't recommend this. It's not very clear. It's a little bit smudge. Technically it's a legal deck list. It has all of the relevant information. It has the Pokemon, my player ID, my date of birth, my name, and the sets and regulation numbers of all the Pokemon that we need. So technically this is a legal deck list, but it is on a piece of toilet paper. That's not going to go down well. Don't let the judges hate you. It's not a good look. But sometimes stores will have some printouts of deck lists or just some plain paper and you can write it on the day. Again, this goes for if you change your mind. You can change your deck list up until the beginning of the tournament. As long as you have time to submit it during registration, that is totally fine. You don't need to submit a deck list in advance. We do it on the day. Now the store may take your deck list in, so you may need to kind of keep a copy of it if you intend on using the same deck list, just to prevent you having to write it out twice or 3 or 4 times. So please bear in mind that you won't get your deck list back once it's submitted, so my toilet paper would very much get flushed. Important information on the Pokemon website. The League Cup start time is for the registration, so I need to be there at between 10 and 11 a.m. You must be on time for this, otherwise you could end up being tardy or missing round 1 entirely, which is obviously going to leave you with a round 1 loss. So I need to be there anytime between 10 and 11 a.m. otherwise things are not going to go my way. Please make sure you're on time. Registration doesn't take very long, but this is only if you have your deck list prepared in advance. If you don't have your deck list prepared, please make sure you try and get there earlier rather than later. The judges will not allocate you more time if you need to fill out your deck list just because you're there technically on time. The registration process is a bit longer than that. You'll need to give your player ID, name, date of birth, and you'll need to give in your deck list for your registration to be completed. If you require any information on parking or public transport, the best way to get to that event, contacting the store is the best way to do this. They're going to know all the hot parking spots, whether it's discounted, free, whether they can provide you parking. So it's best, honestly, just to contact the store. Most are very easily contactable, and all of the details should be on the Pokemon website where we find the events. Time to grab your playmat, dice bag, and your deck, of course, fully sleeved in some fresh sleeves. No, Perry, you can't come. And with the address in hand, it's time to jump in the car and go to the League Cup. Here we go. Oh, better say bye to Perry first. And we made it. First things first, time to give our deck list to the judge. There we are. And it's submitted. We'll have a player meeting where the tournament organizer will tell us all of the essential information of the tournament, such as how many rounds there are going to be, so we can plan our day accordingly. Once the pairings are posted, either on a computer screen or on a piece of paper, you'll need to take your seat at the appropriate table number. And it's time to set up for your first game. Good luck, trainer! A typical tournament procedure for those who haven't played in one before is to allow your opponent to cut the deck every single time that you shuffle. This just allows for them to be confident that your deck is randomized properly. At the end of your game, you'll need to sign a match slip. All you do is circle the name of the winner, sign either side, so I'll sign on the Amy side and James signed on the James side, and then you can fill in the middle section if you wish with ticking the box for who won games 1, 2 and 3, but just to make it super clear, most people circle who won so the judges can see in an instant. Here we have Ancient Box against Control in the semi-finals. We just have to kind of enjoy and watch the game. If you have finished your tournament run at this point as you did not make it into that top 8 players or so, that is totally fine. You can receive your prizing from the judge team and you can head home if you wish, or you can stay and quietly enjoy watching the rest of the games unfold. And we're on to the finals, where you can have up to 75 minutes to complete your best of 3. Somebody must win this. It cannot be a draw, so we'll go down to all of the tiebreakers if necessary. Here are Ethan and James. Ethan is playing Control, James is playing Golden Go, who was actually my first round opponent in this event. I didn't do very well, it wasn't my day, but Ethan rode all the way to the finals. In the end, Golden Go won this event. It was absolutely phenomenal to see it rise to the top. And so, like I say, even the unexpected could happen. Not many people would probably have expected one of the sort of considered lower tier decks right now to have come in and won the day. I have a lot of people ask me what the difference between a Pokemon League Challenge and a Pokemon League Cup is. Now the answer is they're not that different. A League Challenge is a smaller scale event. It still awards championship points, but the prizing beyond that is up to the store. It's not provided by Pokemon as such. Whereas a League Cup, we have an extra step up from the League Challenge. There will be a top cut, which means after Swiss play, which boiled down is everyone gets randomly paired at the beginning. You'll have an opponent, and whichever one of you loses will play against somebody else who lost their first round, and whoever won will play against someone else that won their first round. And we keep playing. You can drop and stop playing whenever you like. Please alert a judge of this, don't just leave. But realistically, it means that everyone gets a chance to work their way back up from a bad record. You can still find yourself in a championship point earning position or extra prizing earning position if you do bad at the beginning. So don't give up and keep trying. Whereas in a League Cup, it's a little bit different. We are going to be there for a considerably longer amount of time, so make sure you plan your day around that. It can be sort of, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. So really it is an all-day affair if you do well. But after, let's say, 6 rounds of Swiss play, the Swiss play will depend on how many participants there are. So I can't estimate this for you yet, but depending on how many players there are, there'll be a different amount of Swiss rounds, and then we go into a top cut. This is usually 8 players. So an 8-player top cut means that those 8 players will continue to play, continue to do best of 3s, but it is now elimination. So if you lose, you're out of the competition, and we go all the way up to the finals, where you might win some extra prizing from the store plus a playmat. Now, it is currently 2024 and the playmat system is here. If you're watching this video at a later date where that has changed, then please don't hold me to that. It may change in the future, but at the moment we're getting some beautiful playmats provided by Pokemon for the stores. So those are the basic levels. It goes from a challenge to a cup. You don't have to do those in any specific order. You can play a League Cup and then a challenge. You can do an internationals and then a challenge and then a cup. It doesn't matter which order you do these competitions in. All I can assure you of is they're not as scary as they sound, and you should go along and have some fun and play some Pokemon. Good luck going to your first League Cup or Challenge, trainers, or maybe just some of this advice was useful even if you've been to some events before. Don't forget that if you do have a bad experience, it's not always going to be the same in every location. Try it somewhere else, start again, keep your head up. I believe in you. You've got this, good luck, and I'll see you next time.